Hello everyone. Myself Dr. Varun Kumar and I am here to represent myself on the topic polynomial for class 10th. Now first question is that what is polynomial? So polynomial are the algebraic expression of the type ax to the power n plus bx to the power n minus 1 plus cx to the power n minus 2 and so on. This kind of expressions are known as the polynomial, where A, B, C, these are the constants and X is the variable. Whatever the expressions we are going to read, those all are the algebraic expression. But the algebraic expressions of the type ax to the power n plus bx to the power n plus cx to the power n minus 2 of this kind of algebraic expressions are known as the polynomial, where abc are the constants and x is the variable. And the highest power of variable highest power of variable, that is known as the degree of the polynomial. Degree of the polynomial. Here one more important thing is the exponent. Exponent of variable, that must be a whole number. इट शुड नॉट बी अ रेडिकल फ्रैक्शन. यहाँ पर आपके पास जो भी एक्सपोनेंट होंगे, दोज ऑल एक्सपोनेंट मस्ट बी द होल नंबर, एंड देन ऑल द होल नंबर्स विच ओवर द हाईएस्ट, दैट इज नोन एज द डिग्री ऑफ द polynomial. Now, value of polynomial. Value of polynomial at a particular point. What will be the value of polynomial at a particular point? Suppose px is given to us 2x square plus 5x plus 8. Now, what will be the value of p2? Means here x is replaced by 2. X is replaced by 2. Means we have to replace all the variables by 2. Then value of P2, this is 2 into 2 square plus 5 into 2 plus 8. Now this is 2 square into 2, 8 plus 10 plus 8. This is 26. Now value of polynomial Px at x equal to 2, that is 26, or we can say P2 equal to 26. Now next thing is zeros or roots of polynomial. Now what is the meaning of zeros or roots? If we are replacing some value for the different variables, means here we have replaced 2, then what we are getting, P2 equal to 26. If value of the polynomials for a particular constant value becomes 0, suppose px equal to x square minus 5x plus 6. This is the polynomial given to us. Value of px is px equal to x square minus 5x plus 6. Now, what will be the value of P1? P1 means what we have to replace? X equal to 1. Now, this is 1 square minus 5 plus 6. Now, this is 2. 6 plus 1 minus 5. Now, value of P2. This is 2 square minus 10 plus 6. Now, it will become to 0. Now, P3. This is 9 minus 15 plus 6, again it will come to 0. Now P4, this is 16 minus 20 plus 6. Now this is 2. So these all are the values of polynomial at x equal to 1, x equal to 2, x equal to 3, x equal to 4. So these are the different values of polynomial at 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, what are the zeros? Our topic is the zeros. What are the zeros of the polynomial? Now, zeros are those value of variables for which the value of a polynomial becomes 0. Those value of variable for which value of polynomial becomes 0. वेरिएबल की वो वैल्यू जिनके लिए पॉलिनोमियल की वैल्यू ही 0 हो जाती है, दैट इज नोन एज द जीरोस ऑफ द पॉलिनोमियल. सो हेयर जीरोस आर 2 and 3. Because why 2 and 3? Because at x equal to 2, value of polynomial becomes 0, and x equal to 3, value of polynomial becomes zeros. So 2 and 3 are the value of variable for which the value of a polynomial becomes 0. So ये आपके कहलाते हैं roots या फिर zeros of the polynomial. Now two general type of the polynomial. First, linear polynomial. Second one is quadratic polynomial. Now, linear polynomial are of the type ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Again, are of the same type. A and b are constant and x are made by the variable. This is a linear equation in two variable. And second one is of the type ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation. Here highest power of variable is 1. If one power is there, then it is known as a linear polynomial, linear equation. And the second one is the degree is 2. So it is the quadratic equation. And polynomial becomes an equation when it is put equal to 0. If we are talking about ax plus by plus c and ax square plus bx plus c. So these are the polynomials. But these are the equations. किसी भी पॉलिनोमियल को अगर हम इक्वल टू 0 रिप्लेस कर देंगे, देन इट विल बिकम्स टू एन इक्वेशन. एंड अगर वो इक्वल टू 0 नहीं है, ओनली द अलजेब्रिक एक्सप्रेशंस है, देन इट इज नोन एज द पॉलिनोमियल, प्रोवाइडेड highest power of the variable, that is the degree and exponent of each of the variable must be a whole number. So this is the general introduction of the topic on polynomial. What is polynomial? An algebraic expressions that contains variables, constant and mathematical operators like plus and minus, multiply and divide, whatever that is. And highest power of variable, that is known as the degree. But condition is that each and every exponent must be the whole number. Second one is value of polynomial at a particular point. Replace the variables by a particular value. Means variable की different value हम replace करेंगे, then we will get the different values of the polynomials. This is the polynomial. For an example, we have discussed about it. तो हमने x को 2 से replace किया, then value of polynomial becomes 26. Now zeros or या फिर roots of the polynomial. Zeros are those value of polynomial for विच द वैल्यू ऑफ पॉलिनोमियल बिकम्स जीरो। वेरिएबल की वो वैल्यू जिनके लिए पॉलिनोमियल की वैल्यू ही जीरो हो जाती है, दोज जीरो दोज वैल्यूज आर नोन एज द जीरोस या फिर रूट्स ऑफ द पॉलिनोमियल। हमने यहाँ पर एक्स की फोर वैल्यूज रिप्लेस की थी, 1 2 3 एंड 4। तो 1 and 4, these are the value of polynomial. 2 and 3 also the value of polynomial, but at x equal to 2 and x equal to 3, value of polynomial becomes 0. So 2 and 3 are known as the zeros of the polynomial. Now, types of the polynomial. Linear polynomial, it is of the type ax plus by plus c, and quadratic polynomial, it is of the type ax square plus bx plus c. And if a polynomial put it equal to 0, then it is becomes an equation. किसी भी algebraic expressions को अगर हम equal to 0 करेंगे, then it will becomes to an equation. Now, graph of the polynomial. Graph of polynomial. These three different graphs we have drawn on the screen. So generally, roots are those value of variable for which the value of polynomial becomes zero. रूट्स हमारे पास वो वैल्यूज होती हैं जिनके लिए पॉलिनोमियल की वैल्यू ही जीरो हो जाती है। वी आर नॉट गिवन एनी काइंड ऑफ पॉलिनोमियल्स हियर, ओनली द ग्राफ्स आर ड्रॉन देयर। ग्राफ हमारे पास केवल ड्रॉ हैं। देन व्हाट आर द जीरोस एंड हाउ मेनी जीरोस आर देयर ऑफ दीज काइंड ऑफ ग्राफ्स। तो ग्राफ ऑफ द पॉलिनोमियल से हम लोग पता कर सकते हैं रूट्स ऑफ द पॉलिनोमियल्स। रूट्स हमारे पास क्या थे? वैल्यू ऑफ पॉलिनोमियल इज इक्वल टू 0 at a particular value of variable। मीन्स x की वैल्यूज के लिए पॉलिनोमियल ही जीरो हो जाती है। इन अदर वर्ड्स वी कैन से दैट इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ ग्राफ with x axis, intersection of graph with x axis, these are the zeros of this graph। तो जहां जहां पर ग्राफ एक्स एक्सिस को कट करेगा, देन दोज आर द जीरोस ऑफ दैट पॉलिनोमियल। तो नंबर ऑफ जीरोस फॉर दिस ग्राफ, दिस इज 2। फॉर दिस, सॉरी, फॉर दिस 3, दिस इज 2। एंड फॉर दिस इज 1 2 3 एंड। तो अगर कोई ग्राफ अगर हमें डायरेक्टली गिवन टू है, गिवन है हमारे लिए, तो हम ग्राफ से भी पता कर सकते हैं कि इसके कितने हमारे पास रूट्स होंगे। जनरली हमारे पास बोर्ड में भी इसी टाइप के क्वेश्चंस हमारे पास आते हैं। नाउ, नेचर ऑफ द रूट फॉर अ क्वाड्रेटिक पॉलिनोमियल। नेचर ऑफ द रूट फॉर अ क्वाड्रेटिक पॉलिनोमियल। Quadratic polynomial is of the type ax square plus bx plus c, and it is graph of this type of polynomial is parabola। मीन्स जैसे हम कभी समटाइम वी आर थ्रोइंग अ बॉल, देन बॉल एक हाइट तक जाती है, उसके बाद वापस नीचे आती है, लाइक दिस, या फिर दिस टाइप ऑफ, दिस काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर्स आर नोन एज द पैराबोला. Here, nature of the root depend on the two things. What kind of parabola we are getting from the different kind of quadratic polynomials. If a is greater than 0, then vertex upward. And if a less than 0, then vertex downwards. ये ग्राफ हमारा होता है a greater than 0 and this one is for a less than 0. If value of a, that is multiple of x square, that is greater than 0, then vertex will be upward. This point is known as the vertex, where parabola is going to be symmetrical about this line. And if a is less than 0, then it is going to be downwards. Second thing, d. D is known as the discriminant and given by b square minus 4ac. Now, two things are there. If a is greater than 0 and d is greater than 0. Now, three situations are there. First, a greater than 0, d greater than 0. Then two roots. And both are different. Second condition is a greater than 0, d equal to 0. Then roots are same. Third condition is a greater than 0, but d less than 0. Then in this condition, roots are not real, that is imaginary. These are the three different conditions are there in which roots, nature of the roots are defined. If a is greater than 0 and d is greater than 0, then we are getting the two different real roots like this. This is the first root, this is the second root. In the second condition, if a is greater than 0 and d is less than 0, then we are getting the two roots, but both of the root are same, like x minus 1 whole square equal to 0. The third condition is a greater than 0, d less than 0. Then we are getting roots are imaginary. For example, this is x square x plus 1 equal to 0. Means we will get the two roots, but both of the roots are imaginary. Here, x square plus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. Then we are getting the two roots, minus 2 and minus 3. So this is the nature of the root in terms of a and d, where a is positive. Now the second condition. Again, I am changing my page. Next condition is a less than 0 and d greater than 0. Then graph of the parabola is vertex downwards. Here, roots are real and different. Two roots. Because it intersect x-axis at the 2 point. Second condition, a less than 0, d equal to 0. Here roots are real and equal. And the last condition is roots are imaginary. So in every condition, two roots will be exist whether they are real or different. So that will depend on the A and D. A less than 0, D greater than 0, then two real and different roots. A less than 0, D equal to 0, then roots are real and equal. If A less than 0 and D less, less than 0, then roots are imaginary. Now this is the nature of the root. Now our next topic is a relationship between roots and coefficient. Relationship between roots and coefficient of quadratic polynomial. What will be the relationship between roots and coefficient? Suppose we are having the polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, and at x equal to alpha, p alpha equal to 0. At x equal to beta, p beta equal to 0. Now what does it mean? Alpha and beta both are zeros of ax square plus bx plus c. If both are the zeros, then ax square plus bx plus c, this will become to x minus alpha and x minus beta. तो ये आपका x माइनस अल्फा x माइनस बीटा टाइप का होता है. देन अल्फा प्लस बीटा इज इक्वल टू माइनस बी अपॉन ए एंड अल्फा इंटू बीटा इक्वल टू सी अपॉन ए. ए बी सी क्या होते हैं आपके? मल्टीपल ऑफ एक्स स्क्वायर दैट इज ए, मल्टीपल ऑफ एक्स दैट इज बी, मल्टीपल ऑफ सॉरी देन कांस्टेंट टर्म इज सी. देन सम ऑफ द रूट, सम ऑफ रूट minus times of multiple of x divided by multiple of x square, and product of the root constant terms divided by multiple of x square. So this is the introduction regarding the topic polynomial. Almost all topic I have covered. Now we are going to do some different questions on these topics. Now CBS has introduced the competitive based questions on this syllabus, on our syllabus, in almost all of the subject. One question is of this type. The graph of the polynomial is given to you. This is the graph of the polynomial y equal to px. This point is given to you 0, 0. This is 5, 0. And value of y is given y 25x minus x square. Means the graph of the polynomial is given to you y equal to 25 minus 25x minus x square, and graph will intersect the coordinate axis at 0, 0 and 5, 0. Now first question is on this. What are the roots? व्हाट आर द रूट्स ऑफ दिस क्वाड्रेटिक पोलिनोमियल, इस क्वाड्रेटिक पोलिनोमियल के रूट क्या क्या होंगे। तो डायरेक्टली वी कैन ऑब्जर्व फ्रॉम द ग्राफ इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ द ग्राफ विद द एक्स एक्सिस, दैट इज नोन एज द रूट्स। जहां जहां पर ग्राफ का हमारे पास एक्स एक्सिस से इंटरसेक्शन होगा, देन वैल्यू ऑफ एक्स नोन एज द रूट्स ऑफ द पोलिनोमियल। तो रूट ऑफ द पोलिनोमियल्स आर एक्स इक्वल टू 0 एंड एक्स इक्वल टू 5, और we can evaluate it by put y equal to 0। y equal to 0 अगर हम यहाँ पुट करेंगे, then we will get 25x minus x square equal to 0। x we will take the common, then 25 minus x equal to 0, then value of x is 0 and value of x is 5। तो same value we will get। तो without wasting our time, if graph is given to you, then we can find out the intersection of the graph with the x axis and find out the value of x। Second part is what will be the maximum height, maximum height means ये हाइट हमारे पास कितनी होगी, पी क्यू लेंथ। Now we know that parabola is symmetrical about the highest point. If this is symmetrical about the highest point, then Q will become the midpoint। Q हमारा midpoint बनेगा। And coordinate of the midpoint is given by x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y1 plus y2 upon 2। तो ये हमारे पास midpoint बनेगा हमारे पास। तो जब ये मिड पॉइंट बनेगा, देन 0 प्लस 5 अपॉन 2 एंड 0 प्लस 0 अपॉन 2। तो 5 अपॉन 2 एंड 0। तो कोऑर्डिनेट ऑफ द क्यू पॉइंट इज 5/2, 0 means when x equal to 5/2, then parabolic structure will reach at the highest point। जब x की वैल्यू 5/2 होगी हमारे पास, तब ये मैक्सिमम हाइट तक पहुंचेगा। इट मींस y कितना है हमारे पास, 25x माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर। तो वैल्यू ऑफ x इज 5/2। नाउ दिस इज 25 इंटू 5/2 माइनस 25/4। तो दिस विल बिकम 25/2 minus 25/4। नाउ दिस इज 225/4। मीन्स हाइएस्ट पॉइंट हमारा कितनी हाइट पर होगा हमारे पास, 225/4 यूनिट की लेंथ। मीन्स हाइएस्ट वैल्यू विल of y will occur when x equal to 5/2 and value of y is equal to 225/4। Now, in the same question, one more question part is there. What are the value of what are the values of x? x की हमारे पास क्या क्या वैल्यूज होंगी when value of y is 20। x की क्या क्या वैल्यू हमारे पास हैं when value of y is 20। If y equal to 20, then x equal to। Now what we have to do, हमारे पास पॉलिनोमियल क्या थी, y इक्वल टू 25x माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर। नाउ y इज 20, दिस इज 25 माइनस 5x स्क्वायर। y इज 20, then 25x minus 5x square। Now shift all these terms to this side। Now it will become to 5x square minus 25x plus 20 equal to 0। Divide by 5, then x square minus 5x plus 4 equal to 0। Now factors of 5, 5 के factor whose multiplication is 4, that is 4 and 1। Now factor will become x square minus 4x minus x plus 4 equal to 0, that is x minus 4, x into x minus 4 minus 1 into x minus 4 Now x minus 1, x minus 4 equal to 0, then x equal to 1 and x equal to 4. Means at x equal to 1, y equal to 20, and at x equal to 4, y equal to 20. So if y equal to 20, then we will get the two different value of x, that is x equal to 1 and x equal to 4. Now, next problem is a quadratic polynomial is given to you x square px plus q, and one other polynomial is given to you 4x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 4x square minus 5x plus 6. These are the two different polynomial. Root of this polynomial are alpha and beta. Roots of this polynomial are alpha and beta. And root of the first polynomial is twice of the second polynomial. Means x square plus 5x plus q, whose roots are twice of the roots of 4x square minus 5x plus 6. Then what are the value, what is the value of p? तो हमारे पास p की वैल्यू हमारे पास क्या होगी? हमारे पास दो डिफरेंट टाइप की पॉलिनोमियल्स गिवन है हमें, एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस थ्री एक्स प्लस क्यू, सेकेंड वन इज फोर एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस फाइव एक्स प्लस सिक्स. Roots of this polynomial are alpha and beta that we will evaluate because this is completely given to you. And root of the x square plus px plus q, this is the twice of the second polynomial. Then what will be the value of p? Now from nature, from relationship between the roots and coefficient, alpha plus beta, that is given to you minus multiple of x divided by multiple of x square, that is 5 by 4. And product of the root alpha into beta, multiple of, sorry, constant terms divided by the multiple of x square. Now this is 3 upon 2. Now roots of this polynomial is twice, then 2 alpha and 2 beta. Now here sum of the root is 2 alpha plus 2 beta equal to minus times of multiple of x divided by multiple of x square, that is 1. Now 2 is common, alpha plus beta, this is minus p. Value of alpha plus beta is 5 by 4 equal to kitna? Minus p. Then p equal to minus 5 by 2. Similarly, 2 alpha into 2 beta equal to constant terms divided by multiple of x square. Now this is 4 alpha beta equal to q. Now alpha beta is 3 by 2. Now q is 6. Then p is minus 5 by 2 and q is 6. Now the next problem is if alpha and beta are roots of 4x square minus 3x minus 7, then find 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. जनरली ये कुछ इस टाइप का क्वेश्चन हमारे पास बोर्ड में आते हैं. एंड व्हाट द स्टूडेंट्स आर डूइंग नॉर्मली, दे आर wasting his or her energy on finding the roots first. Then no need to find out the roots first. First, you have to convert the expression in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. Convert in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. तो पहले हमें कन्वर्ट करने की जरूरत है. जो भी हमारे पास एक्सप्रेशन दिया हुआ है, कन्वर्ट all the expressions only in alpha plus beta and alpha plus alpha into beta and alpha plus beta. Now, what is the expression given to you? 4x square minus 3x minus 7. If roots are alpha and beta, then alpha plus beta is minus multiple of x divided by multiple of x square, 3 by 4. Product of the root, constant terms divided by multiple of x square. अब अगर आप इसको देखोगे यहां से, तो d की वैल्यू क्या आएगी आपके पास? बी स्क्वायर माइनस 4ac मीन्स -3 का स्क्वायर -4 × 4 × -7, 9 + 112, दिस इज 121. ना 3 के फैक्टर्स मल्टीप्लाई करने पर हमें कितने लाने होते हैं? 21. एंड दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल इन टर्म्स ऑफ इंटीग्रल वैल्यूज. तो यहां पर हमारे पास वैल्यू अगर हम निकालेंगे, रूट्स तो निकलेंगे इसके, बट दोज रूट्स आर मोस्ट प्रोबेबली द इरेशनल्स. तो रेशनल रूट्स अगर हमें लाने हैं, इंटीग्रल टर्म्स में लाने हैं, देन नो नीड टू बी इवेल्युएट दिस अल्फा एंड बीटा सेपरेटली. डायरेक्टली यू हैव टू फाइंड अल्फा प्लस बीटा एंड अल्फा इनटू बीटा. नाउ 1 upon अल्फा प्लस 1 upon बीटा, दिस इज इक्वल टू अल्फा प्लस बीटा अपॉन में अल्फा इंटू बीटा. Value of alpha plus beta is 3 by 4. Value of alpha into beta is -7 by 4. Now it will become to -3 upon 7. So 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta, it will become to -3 by 7. Now the next problem is, if alpha and beta are roots of 2x square plus 5x minus 4, then evaluate 1 minus alpha into 1 minus beta. If roots of this polynomials are alpha and beta, 2x square plus 5x plus minus 4, this is the having the two roots, alpha and beta, then 1 minus alpha and 1 minus beta product, what will be the, it will become. But alpha and beta need not to be solved separately or without actual finding alpha and beta. Means बिना अल्फा बीटा को फाइंड आउट करते हुए व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू ऑफ 1 माइनस अल्फा इंटू 1 माइनस बीटा. नाउ पॉलिनोमियल इज 2x square plus 5x minus 4, and we have to evaluate 1 minus alpha into 1 minus beta, and we having the foundation, then we can't evaluate the value of alpha and beta separately. Now in the last question, what I have told you, first convert this expression in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. Now product of these terms are 1 minus alpha minus beta plus alpha beta. Now this is 1 minus alpha plus beta plus alpha beta. Now alpha plus beta is minus times of multiple of x divided by multiple of x square. This is minus 5 by 2. Now alpha into beta, constant terms divided by the multiple of x square. This is minus 2. Now replace all these values. 1 minus alpha plus beta is minus 5 by 2. Alpha into beta is minus 2. Then 1 plus 5 by 2 minus 2. Now it will become to 7 by 2 minus 2. This is 3 by 2. Means Product of 1 minus alpha into 1 minus beta, that will become to 3 by 2. जनरली हम अपनी एनर्जी ही वेस्ट करते हैं रूट्स निकालने पर, सो वी शुड नॉट बी वेस्ट अवर एनर्जी ऑन फाइंडिंग द रूट्स। रूट्स जरूरी नहीं है सारी इक्वेशंस के डायरेक्टली सिंपल से सिंपल से आपको रूट्स निकल ही जाए, माइट बी रूट्स विल बी इमेजिनरी, देन व्हाट विल हैपन, वी आर नॉट एबल टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम। सो द शॉर्टकट इज convert whatever the expression is given to you in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. Now the last question on this topic is draw the graph of draw the graph of y equal to x minus 1 whole square into x plus 2 मीन्स इस पॉलिनॉमियल का ग्राफ हमारे पास क्या होगा। नाउ गो थ्रू द नेट रूट्स। Roots are those value of x for which the value of polynomial becomes 0. Then roots are 1 and 2. Because at x equal to 1, y equal to 0, and at x equal to minus 2, y equal to 0. तो दो हमारे पास दो रूट्स हो गए, बट हेयर डिग्री इज 3, 2 power and 1 power. Then what will be the third root? Third root is repeated. That is again x equal to 1, 1 and minus 2. Number of roots are always equal to the degree of the polynomial. जितनी पॉलिनोमियल की डिग्री होगी मैक्सिमम उतने ही रूट्स होंगे उसके। Here the degree of the polynomial is 3. X minus 1 whole square 2 power and x plus 2 whole square 1 power. So roots are 3. But two roots are repeated. It means graph intersection of y equal to x minus 1 whole square and x plus 2 with x axis at x equal to 1 and x equal to minus 2. ये तो हमें x एक्सिस पर इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट पता लग गए। नाउ व्हाट अबाउट द y एक्सिस? फॉर y एक्सिस पुट x इक्वल टू 0। अगर हम x इक्वल टू 0 पुट करेंगे तो y की वैल्यू क्या आएगी हमारे पास? 0 माइनस 1 होल स्क्वायर इंटू 0 प्लस 2, दैट इज 2। मीन्स इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ ग्राफ with y axis is at y equal to 2 and x equal to 0। तो x एक्सिस पर कोऑर्डिनेट हमारे पास होंगे 1,0 एंड -2,0 एंड ऑन y एक्सिस हमारे पास कोऑर्डिनेट होंगे 0,2। नाउ फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट इज 1,0, this is -2,0 and this is sorry this is 0,2 and this is -2,0. So from this point we have to draw the graph. Now this is the graph of this polynomial y equal to x minus 1 whole square into x plus 2. So this is the introduction on the chapter quadratic polynomial. Hope that you all will enjoy it. Thank you.